Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm Drunken Dan.
And I guess I'm Train?
Last time we did what we usually do, rambled while I played the video game.
Yeah.
And this time we're gonna do the same thing.
I mean...
Hello all two viewers!
Did you expect us to, like, change up the formula? I mean, Christ, I'm not a Mirakuru worker.
Oh god.
Getting it in there! Get it in early!
Oh god. Mirakuru!
To sum up, Arrow, the, I don't want to say hit, but the show that is on the channel, the alleged TV station known as the CW.
I mean, it's a hit to your brain box.
Has, in Season 2, introduces a super soldier miracle drug, which they describe as being named after the Japanese word for miracle, which they explain is Mirakuru.
You know, just, that's totally not racist or anything.
And as someone who admittedly has a very, very, very basic grasp of a few words in Japanese, I can tell you for a fact that Mirakuru is not a Japanese word. It's just an English word, horribly mutilated. It's one of those things where it's like, it's that kind of horrible thing that just always comes back in the back of your mind every few months. You just think, oh yeah, American TV show made within the last 5 years, or made in the last like 5 to 6 years, did that. They did that with a straight face for a huge plot point of the whole second season. It's like, it's easy to
There's nothing. What are you talking about? It's fine. It's not racist at all.
I mean, it's easy to forget Transformers did the Carbomia thing. Because that was in at least the worst season, but that was in the best season of Arrow.
Mirakuru.
Mirakuru! Mirakuru!
Like, that's not racist or anything!
It's completely racist!
Not only that, you can fucking Google the actual word for fucking miracle! There is no excuse! I am actively angry! Like, why? Why? Why?
I like how
Why the fuck?
I like how I literally just Googled it, and it Google Translate gives me Kiseki, and then like the second link is a Reddit post of why is it called Mirakuru and not Kiseki? And it's like, that is an excellent question. Thank you, Reddit, for once you've asked the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, usually they don't. Usually they ask the dumbest questions they can.
I look forward to this question never being answered. Just a blanket look there. I know, didn't do that. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Comic books are dumb.
What are you talking about? Comic books are super serious. Haven't you seen the DC Universe movies?
I mean, actually, I haven't seen Justice League, to be fair.
Neither have I.
Oh,
but then again, do we want to?
I don't know, man. I want to see.
It's a collaboration, but it's technically a collaboration of the two best directors in Hollywood, Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon. Put a gun in my mouth now.
It's like, I don't know. It's one of those things of I wouldn't mind seeing it to see how far down the rabbit hole it goes. Just I reckon it would be worth it just for seeing the questionable mustache removal. But then it's like, oh, I don't want to pay money for this, so
exactly.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to fund it. It's kind of like my attitude with Transformers movies. After the, I think I paid to see the third one. I was like, well, I'm done.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't gonna improve. Why keep giving them money? Because that just makes him keep making movies. Hell, he literally said that.
I mean, the worst thing is that people always say, "Oh no, the first one was all right," and it's like, no, the first one was better than its sequels. It's like it's not as bad a train wreck as you were expecting it to be. It doesn't make it good.
Like, what was it? Like, I've told you before, but I don't know if I've mentioned in video why I couldn't finish that movie. So I did actually years ago try watching the Transformers movie. The Michael Bay one, not the cartoon one. I've watched that one before. It's good. But the Michael Bay one. So you can put your 2 cents in on the old movie if you want it when I'm done.
Yeah.
So the Michael Bay one, I literally couldn't finish it because. So here's where I got to in the movie. The scene, the scene when Bumblebee is first revealed to be a Transformer, and there's the little robot running around. There's a giant robot.
Yeah.
Okay, in that scene, for those of you who haven't watched it, when the little robot shows up and the two giant robots start fighting, they ignore the two giant robots and they focus on the little kids and fucking around and jumbling around with a little piece of shit robot that doesn't matter. Now that bothers me, but what also bothered me was the camera. The camera work gave me an actual fucking headache.
Yeah, shit.
And I'm not making a joke. I literally got a migraine and had to stop watching the movie because of the shaky cam. And on top of that, I was angry because I got to the end of the scene when they showed, like, Bumblebee just throw the robot and then it was gone and they got rid of the whole giant robot fight. You know, the whole reason you'd want to watch a Transformers movie.
I mean, if you can't even watch a giant robot fight, then what can you do?
What's the point in this fucking movie?
I mean,
but
we could go into detail, well, I could at least, about why these movies suck, but there's really not much point. It's like, they're bad because they're bad movies, and like, stupid.
They're badly written, the cinematography is bad, the fight choreography is atrocious, the robot designs are really messy and too busy, so it's hard for you to discern what's going on in a fight scene. In fact, until I think one of the movies, like, all the fight scenes were, like, really up close, so it was really hard to tell what was going on in any given fight.
It also doesn't help that all the Transformers just look extremely similar because they're reusing a lot of CGI assets. I mean, what? No, they're not.
Not what? No, they would never do that. What are you talking about?
What?
No.
I mean, it's a dumb movie, and dumb doesn't necessarily equate to bad. Sometimes dumb...
But
it has to be a very specific kind of dumb. So, like, for instance...
Dragon Ball is stupid as hell.
Yeah, but it's, like, a fun level of dumb. Because
and it also doesn't take itself seriously at all.
Yeah.
It knows it's stupid, and it plays around with the fact that it's dumb. And that's when Dragon Ball's at its best.
But it's also doing its own sense of stylings. It's not just kind of going for extremely lowbrow, low quality gags like Michael Bay Transformers, where it's piss and fart jokes.
I mean, they have those occasionally. Well, not those specifically, but usually like sex and boob jokes.
But it's not like the main focus. A lot of it is just much more based around like character interactions. Like, it's funny to see Piccolo, Krillin being bossed into farming for Chi-Chi while Goku's off training.
Yeah, but I think like the most like cringy one they ever did was in the Tien episode where they had Roshi around, and there's a lot with Roshi.
Probably when, like, surely the worst one they ever did was when Bulma, like, flashed Roshi her naked under her, like, you know, crotch without realizing it. And it's like, that's probably the worst one.
There was also, when I was mentioning the Tien episode, was where, what was it, he, like, literally, like, pretty much, it's like an implied, like, almost rape thing, where he's got, like, the chick, like, over his shoulder.
I mean,
there's that one. By the way, also, I would like at some point I want to talk about this, but I thought about it. Roshi is literally the worst fucking master figure in any piece of fiction.
I mean,
well, outside of like really digging. But anyway, go ahead. Because wasn't there something you were gonna go on about first?
I was just gonna clarify on the Transformers animated movie.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's not a good movie, but because
it's a fun movie.
I mean, part of it is the part that's not literally just cold-heartedly and callously killing everyone's beloved characters to sell toys. I've said before that the movie is like an exercise in insane levels of cruelty to children and to characters. I did tell you that, like, apart from all the people who just, like, horribly die, like, fairly graphic deaths. Oh
yeah.
The original script did call for Ultra Magnus to be literally drawn and quartered by the Decepticons.
Oh my god.
That was the step too far. And it's like... Yeah.
So, anyway, so about the master thing with Roshi. So I was thinking about, like, Roshi in terms of, like, him teaching and everything. He is literally the worst teacher, not even, like, in Dragon Ball 2, but we can also argue other pieces of fiction. So Roshi doesn't really teach Goku or really any of his students anything. The only time he even teaches a technique is in Super when he finally teaches them the Mappa Boat. When he's training Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha off screen, but when he's teaching them, the only thing he really teaches them is survival training, which Goku doesn't really need, and like strength and endurance training. That's about it. He doesn't teach any techniques. All of the Turtle School techniques are taught on their own. Like, they just pick up on them on their own, because Roshi doesn't actually teach them it. He doesn't teach Yamcha, Krillin, or Goku the Kamehameha Wave. They pick it up on their own. He doesn't teach Lightning Surprise or any of his other stupid techniques. In fact, he's actually pissed off at the idea of them becoming stronger, if you remember.
That's the whole reason he becomes Jackie Chan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go to the tournament so we can beat them up so they don't win.
Yeah, and again, and in general, like, he shows several times that he's terrified of the idea of them becoming stronger than him. But, then let's fast forward, and then there's also even there was, like, one time where he did try educating Krillin and Goku. Krillin was fine with the books, Goku wasn't. But he also didn't really try with Goku, he just kind of gave up on Goku with teaching him anything. In fact, actually, he becomes more enlightened and more intelligent until Super fucked it up, after training under Kami.
I mean... Because
Kami and Popo probably actually taught the boy shit.
I mean, you say taught, I would like to say beat into him.
Probably. But, then let's go to his next master, Korin. Korin doesn't really teach him any techniques. It's a lot of endurance training, but he also teaches Goku something he didn't have. Patience!
Korin teaches him how to steal water from a cat.
Pretty much. But still, he teaches him patience and timing and crap like that. Go to Kami. Kami goes more into patience, teaches him like how to sense people's energy and stupid shit like that. And obviously, we already mentioned he pretty much educates the fucking dumbass child. His best master is definitely King Kai, who does all of the other bits of training, but also teaches this kid some fucking techniques.
The problem is, though, is that the techniques he teaches no one else. Despite all his other students.
True, he never teaches any of them other... But to be fair, they only get taught in filler.
Yeah. Actually, no, they are definitely on King Kai's planet in the actual manga. But they do get there. It's just they only have the extended sequences where they fight the Ginyu Force there. Because they have to be... Because, put it this way, they have to be there in order for, them to contact, contact Namek so they can
you're right.
devise the plan to resurrect Piccolo, to resurrect the Dragon Balls, then send Piccolo to Namek so he can fight that guy whose power level vastly outweighs his own. Oh, wait, no, power level was last week.
But no, it's back again. It's fine. Oh, wait, now it's gone again. Oh, wait, now it's back again. We already made fun of it.
Power level. I mean,
but like, King Kai is definitely a Goku's best master, because he teaches him... Now, if you're gonna ask my favorite master in anime, that would be Genkai or Sakaki from fucking Kenichi.
I kind of... When you were saying best master in anime, I was like, well, I can think of one that's got at least 9 of them.
Oh, yeah, no. All of Kenichi's masters are really good.
I mean, I won't lie and say that I love all of the masters, but Shigeru is always going to be my personal favourite.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she beats people with a fucking spoon.
She strips them of their clothes.
I mean, there's that, but it's mostly the spoon part.
The sad thing is she could have killed them with that spoon.
She could have definitely killed them with that spoon.
The only reason she didn't kill them with that spoon is because Kenichi said, please don't kill them.
Shigeru is a greater female role model than Carol Danvers could ever be.
I mean, yeah, because how the comics kind of zigzag her. I got a feeling the movie version of her will be pretty good, though.
I mean, it'll probably just be a very formulaic MCU kind of deal. A friend of mine has made a valid point, though, which is that if Marvel really wants to push a female character to be their Wonder Woman equivalent, they would probably do a hell of a lot better with She-Hulk, which, while, yeah, she's tied to the Hulk, so she's not got that whole strong independent woman thing that they think Carol Danvers has, because it's mostly because nobody remembers Marvel. Except me. I remember Marvel.
But I remember Marvel, but he sucked.
She-Hulk is like a completely different character from all of the other kind of superheroes at that, and like the front center fold, like being much more lighthearted and jokey.
She's also a better Hulk.
I mean, but she's just a better character, and is also like, I did agree that I think she would work better as a face character for like Marvel, but I don't know.
I think the problem is the fact that she's tied to Hulk, and that's the reason they didn't do it.
I mean, I can understand if she was tied to Spider-Man, because Marvel does hate Spider-Man.
They seem to for some reason.
I mean, well, yeah, it makes perfect sense to completely shit on your most profitable, not just your most profitable property, but the most profitable superhero in existence.
By the way, I like this cutscene that's going on right now where Cell is trying to figure out if the boos are created by Dr. Giro.
I mean...
And he's just like, for the love of, what are these things? Can they really be this stupid?
I mean, Giro's like... Giro would make something this stupid, though.
He would.
He almost did!
Look at my trucker hat!
He made a fat clown, a redneck, a tiny black man.
And where the fuck that white thing's supposed to be?
And then he made a second Android 17, because the first one worked out so well. Just so they could become Super 17, which went just as well as you would expect.
Dr. Giro's an idiot.
And this all coming from the guy who worked for the Red Ribbon Army. An entire battalion of troops formed just so Commander Red could grow a few inches.
And also, let's also point out, he's made all these other creations super powerful, but himself, he's pathetic. He didn't give himself any, like, good enhancements.
He gave himself the ability to absorb energy, which he then used it on both on Yamcha, where it's like, that's barely a snack, and Piccolo, where Piccolo's regens anyway, so he doesn't care.
And not only that, but that Piccolo can telepathically talk to Gohan, so that just alerted everybody by doing that.
Jiro's a shitty scientist.
He really is. He's no Dr. Robotnik, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, at least Robotnik blew up half of the moon.
Yeah.
I mean, only the half, though.
Oh yeah, don't forget he also split the planet in pieces. Why did I do that?
And then he somehow got control of the time-space continuum. But he still couldn't beat the hedgehog.
I hate that hedgehog!
Fox.
Huh?
And he teamed up with a fox.
This is true.
But... Alright.
Shot a tiny little key bass and killed...
So, another friend of mine did raise an interesting point about Dragon Ball, where he hypothesized that it's a lot more like a kind of sports show or wrestling.
Yeah, I actually, this is something someone else has brought up, and it's very true.
And I think...
Someone, like, in conversation, it might have been you, actually, like, after recording.
I think I linked what my friend said, but...
Oh, okay. But, I remember someone saying that to me before, and I was like, yeah, it kinda is.
But I think his exact justification was that everything builds up to these, like, 1v1 matches, and everything up until that point is just kind of filler to get to there. So, like,
try and get the villain over to make you hate him.
Yeah, so, like, the entire sort of fight with Frieza up until Goku shows up is basically just, man, look how tough Frieza is.
Look how scary he is.
Yeah.
And then Hulk Hogan, John Cena, Roman Reigns shows up.
You just say wrestlers' names because those are the only ones you know.
No, I'm saying their names because those were the ones they were billing for a while.
Oh, fair.
I could have also put Steve Austin in that mix, too.
You'd put Chris Jericho.
I did. Chris Jericho was
Chris
never
Jericho.
really...
Chris Benoit, sorry.
He was never that top, but he also did murder his family.
Yeah.
Listen, I actually am a fan of wrestling, so...
I am not a fan, I just know a little bit.
I watch more Japanese stuff, but... Yeah.
But, and also that everything is, like, super heavily commentated on.
Yeah.
This is largely because everyone else is just sidelined.
Pretty much.
What's Goku doing? I think he's charging up the Kamehameha wave.
I don't have Goku in my party to do this gag. Listen, I don't have Goku in my party right now to do this gag, and it's a cutscene right now, so I can't do this fucking joke. I don't even have him in my party. It's my party right now is Boo, Frieza, and Cell. And once I get Vegeta's gonna be put onto the team.
Who can do the Kamehameha wave?
Not in this game.
But he needs his pink Kamehameha.
Yeah, they can give it to him. Kid Boo has it.
I mean...
He's alive but unconscious. His eyes are literally missing.
I mean... Doesn't stop Brock from Pokemon, does it?
Maybe I should just kill him while I have the chance.
So yeah, I think it's an interesting hypothesis that's somewhat correct, and I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that Toriyama is, well, he's not really a writer of action shows, or
Seems I'll let him live.
A writer.
yeah, it's once again comes down to Dragon Ball started off as a pure as a comedy series with a few action elements, but then the action elements were what made it more popular.
He usually just kind of like adapts things in Dragon Ball based on the time and what's more popular. Like Caulifla and Kale weren't originally part of his outline, but when they were presented to him and he realized it was a popular idea, he went along with it.
And threw in a whole bunch, and just kind of threw together a whole bunch of weird shit for them.
Yeah. I still really like the characters.
But
Oh, fuck.
yeah,
Like I said before, when it came to their match was just more compelling because you yada yada character stuff, but I already mentioned that before.
I still
Where
say,
the Jiren one, I just couldn't really... I mean, it had some really good animation, the choreography was really good, but because I didn't really care about Jiren, I just wasn't really behind the fight.
you can polish a turd all you want, but it's still a turd.
It is.
You can beat up a douchebag alien all you want, but it's still a douchebag alien.
And not even the fun douchebag alien like Frieza.
Or Jacko.
I love Jocko.
Jacko is the best new character to come out of Toriyama since Beerus.
Yeah, because I don't... You know what? I'm going to be a bit of bitch and not even count the two female Saiyans, because they kind of were told by him. He got those ideas from somebody else, so... I'm not even going to count them, even though I like them.
But anyway...
And also... well, Toppo is his, so I guess we can count Toppo, and I really like Toppo.
Man, I really hope... Just shift gears again. I really hope the new Spider-Man game is good.
The only problem is Yuri Lowenthal's the voice.
Yeah, well, I'll accept that over the half of some of the other voice actors Spider-Man's had over the years.
Yeah, but he could have had so much better.
Yeah, but he could also have had so much worse.
I mean, yeah, but that's also kind of like saying, well, at least this pile of shit doesn't smell as bad.
On the one,
It's not even that Yuri Lowenthal is a bad voice actor, it's just, I'm not going to hear Spider-Man, I'm going to hear Yuri fucking Lowenthal.
I mean, every Spider-Man I ever I ever watch or see, the only voice ever in my head that is Spider-Man's is Rino Romano.
Yeah.
Just because
Wait, which one is him?
he's from, he's one specifically from the PS1 game /
Yeah, that's the one I hear.
That is my Spider-Man voice, and I admit that this is specific because I fucking love those two games.
Yeah, they're really good.
But like, I hate...
one day we should do those games.
We should. I love them.
I'll be terrible at it, but I should try it.
Yeah, go for it. I would, as I said, I love those games. I'm just sad that we will never see them re-released in some capacity on like PSN or whatever. And it's like, man, I said this before because I said this before recording that I'm an entitled Spidey fan and nothing's ever good enough because I just want my favorite character to not be shat upon by Marvel and every subsidiary. Now that is I understand that is far too much to ask. But like,
I don't...
Well, sorry, you go ahead.
I don't know why they even do it to Spider-Man, because, like, he's one of their most profitable heroes.
I don't think it's out of any actual malicious intent. I think it's just out of severe misunderstanding of the character. So, like, the reason I really don't care about the MCU version of Spider-Man is I just don't like the fact that he is such a... leaving aside the fact I hate that he is just Tony Stark's ward's sidekick. I hate that with a passion because it's just
it feels like it's Tony Stark's fan fiction.
Yeah, I hate that Tony Stark is the one who's trying to teach him responsibility because it's like, well, it's Peter Parker. Dude carries the weight of the world on his shoulders because he's constantly guilt-ridden and feels responsible for everything. That's his character. But like,
I don't get it either, Clank.
But even then, he's like a wet blanket, and his quips aren't very quippy, and he just doesn't come across as like a Spider-Man. Even like young, inexperienced Spider-Man, he doesn't have any of that kind of Peter Parker snark that you expect and love.
Like, there were some good bits, like the whole, like, Avengers bit with the bank robbery. Like, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But, like, they're very far and few between.
And it's not like saying, oh, we need the last minute, but it's also just about the overall attitude. So, like, you can say what you want about Tobey Maguire's particular take, but at least I would say that was more overall accurate to Spider-Man himself.
Same thing with Garfield's.
Yeah. And, like, so you just haven't...
I still love the scene in the first Garfield movie with the fucking knife.
Tiny knife.
Oh no, my one weakness!
Tiny knives. Because, like...
And then he just starts webbing the guy.
I mean, because that's classic Spidey. It's what I want from Spider-Man.
Yeah, actually thinking about it, the Garfield movies feel more like classic Spider-Man.
It's about sort of creating that dynamic where it's a character that's familiar to you. And because it's such a unique thing for Spider-Man to be quipping, or that he quips all the time, and he annoys people, and he's just like got all these dumb comments.
And it's also like part of a coping mechanism for him too.
Yeah, there's like other justifications, but it's this whole thing of like other heroes don't do that. It's what sets him apart.
It's more common now. It's more common now where heroes are quippy.
It's not the same kind of quipping, if that makes sense.
A lot of his jokes are like really dumb, like sometimes even puns.
Well, even then, it's more joke. It's puns, but it's jokes at the sort of villain's expense. It's like basically their jokes are about basically belittling the villain directly.
Yeah.
Or pissing them off. Whereas other quips are just more kind of in general, like kind of, oh, I bet you didn't see that coming, he says, as he like blinds a guy. Whereas with Spidey, it would be not necessarily more clever, but more personalized.
Which makes them more fun.
Yeah.
Personalized digs at an opponent are just fun to listen to a hero quip at. There are some that do that, but I see what you're saying. I do know a number that do, but like Spider-Man's definitely like the originator of that.
Yeah. And PS1 Spidey, even though gameplay-wise it's not like what you would think of when you think Spider-Man, it's
an older game, so
also hardware limitations, but it's like so perfectly.
That's what I mean by it.
So perfectly on point with its characterizations. Like the only thing you can say is Venom is like a comedy sidekick in that game. It just works so well because he's just insane.
It's our other. Oh, bad news, dude. You're in the doghouse now.
Looks like you're in the doghouse now.
Coming!
Oh, just as you saved
Honey.
JJ from being killed by Scorpion, and the cops come in, and it's like, there he is, the officers, the man who committed the heist this morning, get him! And it's like, JJ,
you're out of the will. I mean it this time.
and then he runs into Daredevil, and it's like, I didn't steal the shit, I didn't steal the device. Oh, okay, I believe you. Wait, seriously? Yeah. How do you know? But how do you know? Don't worry, I know when you're lying. It's like, Daredevil, you magnificent son of a bitch. I get that reference.
Rest in peace, Daredevil.
Rest in peace. And then even Punisher gets to show up and be wildly ineffective.
So Punisher gets to show up.
Yeah, he gets Spidey in his sights, and then it's good old Spidey sense.
Seriously, Punisher is fucking lame.
The only problem is like the first game has all of the really good villains because they couldn't use any of the goblins because the movie was coming out. So like when you get to Enter Electro, it really is just kind of like the B squad.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they were definitely like still good.
Yeah.
I still like them.
But it's just that case of, yeah, I mean, but the first game has like the all-star lineup. You've got Doc Ock, you've got Venom, you got Rhino.
Oh yeah, you said they couldn't use the Goblin. But yeah, they use pretty much all the all-star ones that aren't Green Goblin or Hobgoblin.
Alright. I think I understand.
Also, I just got Gohan.
Yay! As I said, I largely think it's because the movie was coming out and they didn't want to like confuse people too hard and make this a movie game.
Ah, yeah, true.
I think. I can't say 100% for sure, though. But that's probably why... Also, was Goblin dead at the time in comics?
You know, Frieza just made a good point, because Cell's like, are you sure you can trust these two? And Frieza's like, oh, it seems your son's the only one with a shred of common sense!
I mean... Thanks, Frieza. You can point out the blindingly obvious. I see now why we had to recruit him for Team Universe 7.
Someone had to have a fucking brain in their head.
Meanwhile, with Majin Buu... Oh, he's still asleep.
Oh yeah, because that joke was funny, that we had to do it. It was so funny, you know, you gotta do it 3 times, because 3 times a charm.
You know what, you should have done the joke where, like, you have Boo in your party, but you never tag into him because he's always asleep.
No, because that's stupid.
Think of it like this.
It's not even funny.
It's like we're keeping an eye on Cell.
Like, seriously, it's not even funny. It's funny the first time. Yeah, sure, funny the first time. Second time, annoying. Third time, stop!
Okay.
Can't wait for him to not appear in Broly 4, because he's asleep.
When you put it like that.
Oh, no, this time he'll be on vacation somewhere.
Asleep.
Asleep on vacation on a cruise ship with 17.
I heard correctly when you said,
Who won the tournament by doing nothing.
Yeah.
at
Nah,
least
I still can't get over people calling him the MVP, and I'm like, he literally did nothing.
he hid on the ground while everyone else got the shit kicked out of them.
And then even in the final, like, rush on Jiren, he shoots at him from a distance, doesn't do any damage, just annoys Jiren enough to where Jiren flies at him, which was enough of a distraction so aggro be taken off of Frieza and Goku, so Frieza could fly at him and hit him from behind.
The old honourable method of combat, punch him in the back.
So he was, at the best thing he did was distract
Oh.
for like 5 seconds.
So here's a question, when do you think Ultra Instinct is going to come back and be the next Super Saiyan Blue?
I don't know, because Toriyama didn't come up with it, so he might not really care about it.
Because, I mean, the fact they say, oh, I can't do it anymore, Vegeta, very much reeks of, well, we're going to bring this back, but it's got to be more dramatic, because we've made it so Goku can't lose to people now. Except when the invisible timer runs out and the plot says he has to be weakened.
Because that's what the series always does.
Yeah. That's what it...
Actually, they didn't. Actually, no, they didn't do it in. Actually, really, they didn't do it at all in Z.
I mean, mostly they did in the Buu Saga a lot.
Yeah, Buu Saga.
I am not your
Every other time it was more just kind of, well, this guy just vastly outclasses you.
I like how with Cell and Gohan in the party, Cell just kind of right before the fight with the like the clones, Cell just gets a smirk and then just like, I'm going to try and kill Gohan now. And Gohan doesn't even blink. He just goes, Cell, I'm not your true enemy right now. You know that.
I mean, Cell is meant to be smart.
He is. It's just funny though. Just because Gohan like's not even looking at him, he's like, Cell, really, you're doing this right now. I just like that Gohan just kind of is like.
If you really want to test my power, you could just pay close attention to me in this fight.
These are my 2 favorite characters in the series. All it's missing is Videl.
Too bad they're not Toriyama's favourite characters by a long shot.
Well, he probably thinks they're too hard to write, even though they're very simple characters. Well, Cell is not because of characters, because he hates drawing those spots.
Even if you don't
Yeah,
plan on
it's like
teaming up
triggered
with
him eternally for it.
our enemy.
Yeah, so I bet you, like, if you wanted him to go insane, you just, like, get, like, a Cell action figure and walk up to him and say, hi, it's Kira Toriyama, and then he'll start frothing at the mouth.
To be honest,
What you need to do is you just need to get, like, you need to do what, Ono and, Harada used to do.
I'll carry around a little Cell action figure.
Yeah. Hide it amongst all amongst their rivals.
I fight now.
They'll never know.
Protect those I care about. There's no
I miss
other
those
reason I
days when they had a public rivalry.
But then Ono's next game sucked, and Harada's like, ha ha ha, I'm taking my distance now. Bye!
Right, so I need to go and work on Tekken 7 and never get on the Soul Calibur 6 needs to be a hard reboot thanks to 5 fucking it all up.
If you can
It's okay, Taki got announced so we can all be bored.
Did she?
Yeah, she got announced to it, but I mean, who didn't see that coming a mile away?
No concern to me whether or not you have a reason to.
I mean, I saw it coming. I guess it's just like I kind of expected they'd hype up more new shit.
Power to do something.
Nah, it's gonna be. I knew it wasn't gonna hype up much new shit because they're trying to get the Soul Calibur 2 crowd. So most, if not all, the characters from 2 and maybe a couple popular 3 ones will get in. Like Zazamel got in. Taki got in because if they didn't, the Taki fan base would get pissed off
But
if the most boring character in the franchise didn't show up.
well, she's had some breast reduction surgery since 4, I see.
Actually, you're right. I did notice that.
I mean, it's hard not to notice when I'm literally just looking at the two artworks comparatively, and it's like one of these things is just she's got fucking watermelon stapled to her chest. The proportion.
If I remember, I'm gonna put it in the fucking video so people can see. If I remember.
I do so want to see things once all of this is finished.
But yeah, it's fucking annoying.
Well, hey, at least Natsu's not coming back.
I like Natsu. She was a better Taki.
Well,
She was the only new character that was good other than Zwei. Viola doesn't count because it's technically Amy.
did they ever confirm that?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, it certainly did seem that they were the one and the same, but
You know, same voice actress. Just different moveset.
yeah.
But the game looks good, and I've already pre-ordered it.
I'm gonna wait and see what else comes out about it. Who's the what's it called? Who are the crossover characters in it? Do we know?
Geralt from Witcher.
Oh, no. Is that it?
Right now, he's the only one that's been announced. He might be the only one, which I'm okay with. I'd rather there just be one guest character and focus more on getting original and new and old characters in.
Yeah, I would just prefer if it was a character I knew and or cared about.
I mean, it's the most fitting one that they've had in the series.
Oh no, Kratos is pretty fitting.
No, because he's a shitty character. Oh wait, no, there's plenty of shitty characters in Soul Calibur. Never mind.
Hey, not anymore. He's been given characterization.
Yeah, it only took a whole other team to do that.
Well, and a whole other everything else, but I mean,
You know, almost pretend that he never committed all those atrocities.
it's the Greek gods. They just frankly deserved it.
Yeah, but then he also caused Ragnarok and killed a lot of innocent people this way.
Not yet.
Well, not Ragnarok, but the Greek apocalypse, whatever the fuck it... Wait, you can shoot his Kamehameha up? I didn't know this.
Well, that's something very
Holy
good.
crap, I didn't know how it could do that.
I
Oh,
actually don't know what the Greek word for Armageddon was, but hey, the Greeks had it coming, so they had it too good for too long.
and then that's when they were overrun.
And that's when the Romans came.
And then the Romans lasted a while, then they got overrun.
Well, actually, I'm pretty sure the Romans self-destructed.
Kinda. I'm trying to remember, like, what's his name? One of the last notable emperors,
Nero?
sort of, that tried... No, not Nero. The one who was after Nero tried to resurrect the Empire, and it just didn't... After it seemed like he was going somewhere, then he died, and things went to shit again. What was his fucking name?
I can't remember either.
God damn it. Oh, well, whatever. I'll probably not remember. Or I'll remember after recording and start kicking myself in the ass. Or I won't kick myself in the ass at all.
Well, you'll probably...
Oh no! Gotta save the children's and get the worst character in the franchise.
Do we? I mean,
I've already hit the
mission.
mission.
If you really
so...
want to put... I didn't know they put Broly in the story mode.
Worst canon... Wait, no, it's still... No, it's... No, wait. Who is worse, Jiren or Gotenks?
But let's hurry.
Oh, I mean, Jiren by far.
Now, Gotenks is in a lot more episodes.
Yeah, but everyone else thinks Gotenks is annoying.
Not the fan base.
Well, yeah, but the fan base also think that Broly and Jiren are good characters with deep motivations.
I can't believe Caulifla got the Super Saiyan transformation so fast. They never did this in Dragon Ball Z. What about Goten? What about Trunks? What about Gotenks?
What about Gohan?
He didn't get it fast. Gohan didn't.
It only took like 3 episodes.
He was like training in the pod for actually a good while before they gave it to him.
Actually, what about Trunks? What about future Trunks? He just always has it.
Then they'll bring up the movie, which is pretty much the story of him getting it.
But if that's canon, then Bardock is canon. And Bardock is also Super Saiyan.
Isn't that your favorite movie?
No.
I don't know. I think that one's your favorite.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Did you like the? And I'm pretty sure your favorite manga was the one that introduced Gine, who for the longest time I kept calling Jean.
I mean, I keep calling her Jean as well, but I also keep calling Brigitte, and Brigitte.
I find myself keep calling her Bridget from time
I
to
should
time.
just call her Mace Bitch. It's gonna be like significant. Actually, no. I'll call her. I'll just do what I do with McCree, or I'll just call him by flashbang because it's the only reason people play McCree. I'll just call her Shield Bash because it's the only notable trait of her. And it's the only reason she's playable. Okay, no, tell a lie. She's playable because she does every role at once.
She really does.
Like, I played. You know, I was.
We've made fun of this before in recording.
Yeah, but hey, at least Hanzo got buffed. Maybe then they'll buff the character who desperately actually needs the buff. Like, I don't know, Doomfist?
I don't think he's ever going to get a buff.
Why? He's unplayable!
In the competitive scene, he's pretty good.
No, he isn't.
He gets used in the No, I'm serious. He gets used in the competitive scene, that's the thing. A lot of characters that in casual are kind of crap do get a lot of use, and sometimes and the ones that are good in casual aren't so much in competitive. Like, for example, like Symmetra. Symmetra's useful now, but like she's not considered as big bullshit as she is in the casual scene.
She's also just been completely reworked into a whole new character.
Pretty much. But that's what I'm saying, though, is the way they balance the game, they focus like exclusively on the competitive scene.
I mean, according to just by casual research, Doomfist is bumped down to tier 3, which I know tiers don't mean anything, but
yeah, tiers are a joke.
I do have a friend of mine who insists that Lucio is bad, but Lucio's always been like one of the best healers to me. It's like, what? I can understand like the arguments of Zenyatta and Mercy and Anna for sure, but like Lucio has always been fucking champion at healing as a healer.
No, he got, like, kicked in the kneecaps a long time ago, dude.
Yeah, but he's been brought back now. It's mostly because he offers, like, his speed boost.
Oh, they brought him back up again?
It's mostly because his speed boost is something that literally no other character offers.
Yeah.
And it's kind of vital for any kind of aggressive play.
Yeah, the only character who had it for a little bit was Anna before they took it away from her.
Well, that was understandable because the game basically then became, hey, look, it's Anna and Reinhardt. You hear the exact same
Yeah.
voice line again and again and again and again, and then just build ult charge, and then Anna buff the Reinhardt, and he just goes on a mass killing spree because he can't be killed.
Exactly.
It's like, well, that's something about that needs to go. But in retrospect, they just made the fact that Anna was pretty bad apart from her ult even more notable.
I like that the kids bring this up. Why was it okay for us to fight Boo, but this time we can't?
Well,
it does make sense. Like, wait, it was okay for us to go after Boo like a couple years ago, but now we can't do
to be
anything.
fair, everyone else was dead at this point.
It would be ridiculous of me to say no.
Then Goku's like fucking. Well, when you put it like that, I guess it's ridiculous for me to say no.
God damn it, Goku. Why can't you just be a father for once in your life?
That's Piccolo's job.
What would Kazuma Kiryu say?
He'd probably kick open like the fucking pod of the ship and just start stomping in.
I want to see Cosmic Kiryu in Avengers 4, where he's just like done with Thanos' shit.
He just like hits him with a fucking Vespa, takes the gauntlet, slaps him repeatedly with the gauntlet.
No, what happens is Thanos uses his gauntlet to keep rewinding time after every time he gets punched in the face. It just winds up him getting punched in the face in a new, different, exciting way.
Rewind! Okay, this time I'm ready for him. I got it again!
just lets Kiryu build up heat charge.
And he builds up heat charge, and that's when he does the thing where he like slams him with a Vespa, then grabs the gauntlet out of his hand and starts bitch slapping him with the gauntlet, and then shoves it up his ass. No, shoves it into his mouth, slamming him into the ground, creating a crater.
No, what he does is he gets the gauntlet open palm, he slams it onto Thanos' face, and then he punches the gauntlet into his face. That's a heat attack. Just so he's definitely dead.
I would, I wish there was a meme of just Kiryu beats people up. Specifically people that fucking deserve
Kiryu at the Cell games.
The Cell games would have only lasted one round.
Man.
You know, the entire plot of Persona 5 just wouldn't happen if Kiryu walked around that town.
Oh, yeah, because then when Shah tried to sexually assault that woman, he'd have just knocked him out.
Even if we got to that point, like, even if we got to, like, when they're in the city, like, if they'd be like, wait, there's a teacher sexually abusing, he would just, like, teleport to the fucking city and put him through a fucking basketball net.
He'd volleyball fist him.
And like the fucking mob guy would be like done in a couple seconds.
The best part would be
like literally be like you would get to like him like dragging Makoto into the like limo and then him just kicking open the door when he's about to blackmail all the kids.
It's so good.
Kiryu is the best man.
Kiryu is best dad.
He's a good daddy, and now a grandpa.
Yes.
With this. We must remember, with the surgence of fathers in video games, Kiryu is the original, and not only that, but he was always a good dad, and now he's a grandpa.
I don't know if I would say he's
always he's ahead of the curve.
I don't know if he's the original, but he's certainly one of the most kind of prolific characters who's been a father figure from basically the get-go.
Who's like the protagonist.
Which is ironic because God of War 1 came out the same year as Yakuza 1.
Yeah, bad dad and good dad.
You only sort of killed his daughter. Can't hold that against him. I mean, you don't have a daughter. You don't know what it's like to go around not killing them.
God damn it. Man, I just like the idea of Kiryu beating people up.
It needs to be the hot new meme.
Technically that's what Fist of the North Star is going to be, is basically just Kiryu beats up people. I think there's going to be a skin where you just play as Kiryu, which of course I'm going to fucking do.
I mean, the fact that Kazuma Kiryu didn't make it to Tekken 7 is a damn shame.
It's a crime!
Kazuma Kiryu for Smash.
I would fucking buy a Switch today.
I know a lot of people would actually.
If Kiyu was in it, I would buy a Switch today if they announced it. I would just be like, well, I'm dropping the money for it!
Man.
Because Kiryu, I love Kiryu. Kiryu is like one of my favorite video game characters since I've started playing the series.
I just love how kind of innocent he is. The violent criminal. But he's got this really bizarre sense of justice and moral upstanding. Just bizarre.
He's one of the more moral protagonists in video games, which is really funny because he's a crime boy.
There is a point. At a certain point, he is the most powerful criminal in Japan, as far as we're aware. For a week, for an hour, he's the fourth chairman of the Tojo clan.
And then he just goes, "Up, I'm done."
Pretty precise.
Immediately, and then literally drives away
go,
in an escape car.
Kazuma Kiryu is best girl.
He is best girl.
So when's the Kazuma Kiryu dating sim? All girls are cousins.
Well, you play as it's a dating sim where you play as Kiryu, but the only option is Majima.
No. The option is it's just like every kind of typical anime girl, but just Kiryu's face is crudely photoshopped over all the still images.
And you play as Majima.
Yes, Kiryu-chan.
No, it should be like Machima's Delusions, where like at first they have like a normal anime girl face, and then it slowly turns into Kiryu, and he just keeps calling them Kiryu, even though their name's not Kiryu. Like, no, sir, I'm not Kiryu. Kiryu-san! Let's fight! Please, no.
Good old Majima. Man, in the art book I got with my copy of Yakuza 6, there's a disturbing amount of fan art of Majima in drag.
You say disturbing, I say fantastic. I love Majima.
You're happy to know he's definitely in Kiwami too.
Oh yeah, I do know about that. That he has like a whole playable section. But I'm looking forward to Kiwami 2. I already mentioned I pre-ordered that. I'm looking forward to playing that. I kind of want to do Yakuza 0 at a time when I can beat it before Christmas is over, because what I want to do is I want to play Kiwami 1, and I want to get it at just the right time for the Christmas present line to just like fall like right next to Christmas. Because technically, Yakuza's a Christmas game.
It's the best Christmas not movie. Better than Die Hard. Cosmic Kiryu would beat the shit out of John McClane.
He'd beat the shit out of the terrorists. He wouldn't even need to hide in the fence.
And Gruber, well, he'd just be a spear on the pavement in 5 seconds. Cosmic Kiryu could have probably fixed Justice League.
Nobody can fix that movie.
I don't know, I think about...
That movie was doomed.
Not Doom Patrol. Where's the Doom Patrol movie?
Who?
Yeah, exactly. You do actually kind of feel bad for Doom Patrol, though.
Yeah.
Because it was their gimmick, and X-Men blatantly stole it.
Yup. Yeah, it was.
But X-Men got way more popular. And then the movie rights got sold to a rival company, so Marvel disowned them. Did you fucking hear though?
Until they bought all of Fox to get them.
So did you hear? You know how they were pushing the Inhumans? Oh
yeah, they were pushing them until they got X-Men, and then they started killing them.
Literally a storyline that is the death of the Inhumans.
Yeah, because they don't need them anymore.
Fuck me. So blatant. Who even knows what a Magneto is?
Fucking hell.
Man.
We already made fun of
Infinite.
Fucking Marvel's Capcom Infinite. Yeah. I mean, we already talked about that, and I said how pretty much that game would have done fine if this game didn't come out, and I'm glad it happened.
Certainly needed to not get rewarded for putting out a below average game, I would argue.
Yeah, I feel like it was karma. Yeah. That like they didn't know this game was coming out. It just happened to happen and get announced around the same time.
I mean, it's funny how these things work out, really.
Like I said, I feel like it's a good dose of karma. They deserve this. Capcom was getting lazier and lazier with their fighting games.
I actually do wonder, with like the advent of the new God of War, if like we have reached a point where we're like, I don't want to say the death of new IPs, but like new IPs certainly seem to be less used, if that makes sense. Or so it seems like we're taking less and less chances on new IPs, and just
we go through phases like that. That's nothing really new. PS2 era was definitely more experimental, where a lot of new IPs were popping out. PS3 era, there wasn't a whole lot. We're just kind of in this phase where AAA typically doesn't really want to experiment.
What it feels like is they do want to experiment, but they want the safety net of having like a recognizable brand. It's like, for instance, God of War has like story connections to the original, but it'd be quite easy to snip out a few parts. You'd have a functionally separate entity.
Yeah.
So, as much as I do like that game and I do enjoy a lot of the character, it wouldn't be difficult to replace Kratos with another character and use more or less the same story of just kind of dicking around in Norse mythology world. And it's like, so is this the case of someone had this new idea that they wanted to do, but rather than make a new IP, they just thought, well, let's just use God of War as a cheap marketing ploy.
That happens a lot. That's been happening for years, where shit like that happens, where they'll move a game that was originally going to be an original IP into an existing one. Like the Kirby golf game was originally going to be its own IP, and then they made it a Kirby game.
I just feel like that's a case of Sakurai does Kirby, doesn't it? No, he does Smash.
He did do Kirby. He hasn't done Kirby in ages, but he did originally do Kirby back in that era. But that's not really an uncommon thing. That's old, honestly. It's just you're probably noticing it more now.
Well, it's just because I was also looking at all the things that's coming out.
AAA has been more conservative about what they'll do since the PS3 era. They've gotten more conservative with it. A lot of companies like fucking Ubisoft and shit want to do what they call live services, where they just pump out DLC shit on the stuff like Assassin's Creed or what have you sit on the same game for a long time and not really work on mid-tier games. But on the plus side, the indie scene is burgeoning, and there's a ton of content coming out of that. And the indie scene's probably at a stronger point than it's ever been, so there's always that to go towards as well.
I'm quite sure that
and there's a lot of indie games you can get on PS4. Switch has a fuckload of them, and Steam is you have to do some digging, but you can find some really good shit there. But you got to siphon through a lot of crap too.
I can agree with
Makes
this.
sense.
It doesn't bother me siphoning through stuff like that, because when I was little, I didn't really have gaming magazines or anything. So how I would buy games is literally I would just go into Funko Land and just look at game boxes and look at the back of the boxes and then just pick up whatever seemed the most interesting to me. So I've always kind of had that mentality of just hunting for games. I don't really go to game stores much anymore, but when there was one around here, I used to still do that, where I would just pick up a game if it looked interesting, take a look at it, and if it looked like something I'd like to try, I'd pick it up. It's just, I've always had that kind of hunting mentality when it comes to video games, I don't know.
Well, I always thought of you as a massive hunt.
She's going to come to where we are.
I see what you did there. You take the one word out and put it with a C, it becomes a different word. Oh. A friend of mine, she brought up a good point about the word cunt and how she's like, why is that such a negative thing, but you can say dick? And I was like, that's a good fucking... I never thought of that. I was like, that's a good point.
To be fair, dick is also technically a curse word.
Well, yeah, no, but why is cunt seen as the worst one?
Why are any swear words really seen in negative connotations? Apart from ones that are derived from very particular kind of insult / from
slur. Yeah, no, I get that, but she made a really good point, and I was like, shit, you're right. I never even thought of that before.
And it's not even you can say, well, one looks nicer than the other, because both forms of sexual organs look pretty grisly, honestly.
They're pretty silly, honestly. Yeah. Penises are pretty funny. Let's be real, dicks are funny.
That's why it's okay to say dick, because dicks are funny.
When you really think of how a dick looks, it's hilarious.
Yeah. It looks just like a persona from Persona.
Kill you.
No. Kiryu. If we were written, fantasy written by the Arrow stuff.
The Japanese word for cell, celeru.
The Japanese word for krillin, kuririn.
See, that's actually accurate, though.
The Japanese word for Vegeta, Vegeta.
The Japanese for Piccolo, Picaro.
The Japanese for Ginyu. Wait, shit.
Fuck! Damn it!
Damn it! We got outplayed by
Fuck you, Toriyama!
Funimation and its bizarre, methodology of localizing names. where Kiyu is okay, but like actually no wait no all of the names went for it. Did anyone?
The only one that was changed was Satan, but that's only in the edited version.
Yeah. Nice.
Like Videl is still Videl. Boo. They still have the whole stupid booby joke. Which even I picked up on as a teenager and started snickering like Beavis and Butthead. But anyway, it's probably a good place to stop. We've been going on for like about an hour.
It's about.
We usually do about 50 minutes to an hour because that gets through the game faster.
Yeah.
And we can bullshit long enough.
Also, because we don't really have sense of time or planning, so.
I mean, I keep an eye on the time. I just don't care because I want to get this game done sooner. Because there's not really much to talk about.
There's all.
Like, about the actual game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we can always find stupid shit. We do it every time. Like I said, we should just fucking make a podcast one of these days.
I mean,
But we'll never do it.
I still say Drunk Train is a great name for like a production thing.
I'm fine with it.
But anyway, thank you for joining us, everyone.
Have a good day.
Oh, there we go. And I